Hey guys, so today, because I promised a voiceover to a friend of mine, I'm gonna be doing a little video about the challenge of sketchbook summers. So I'll link the info down below, but basically it was a challenge to try and fill up a sketchbook in the month of July, so fill up a sketchbook within a month. And I took part in it, and I failed horribly. I did not get it done, partially due to the fact that I don't sketch a lot in general. Like, I like to doodle and stuff, and sketch obviously when I'm learning or when I have an idea, but to do this, I would have had to do 7.5 pages a day of your standard, I believe it's a 110-page sketchbook, which means double-sided. If you're drawing on both sides, you'd have 220 pages. So if I had 31 days to do that, I would have, I'm pretty sure I messed up the calculations, but yeah, I would have had to do about 7.5 pages a day, and between work and other things like my personal life, that's a lot of pages. So I'm just going to show you guys what I did get done. So it started off, I believe day one prompt was Vikings. Drew a little Viking man, drew some tiny little character heads. That was the planning for my Hermione illustration that my last video was about. A bunch of heads, my old Skyrim character Iris, a little bit of drawing on the way to the doctors on the subway, some notes on some veterinary stuff I was interested, and a little doodle of Lee Lexington, I think her name is. I'm probably messing up her last name, but I know her first name's Lee. I like watching her YouTube videos. She's pretty funny, and all of her illustrations are super cute, so I'm going to link her down below in the description. Then I wanted to do some bones, so that was already July 14th. Like, I started July 1st of 2017, and this is like page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's already July 14th, so we're failing already. Like, 7.5 pages a day, I am way behind. I was reading a bunch of Hellboys, and I had this idea of just Hellboy's decapitated head on a bunch of just smiling, grinning, having a smoke with a bunch of just like zombie or ghoul heads. I just thought it was funny. I might turn that into something, but because Hellboy's all copyrighted and belongs to Magnolia, it's not really something I'd just be producing it for myself for fun. That was just my plans after work to pack and head over to Guelph. This was some kind of deer skull. That was a human skull, really shitty human skeleton, another deer skull, and a bunch of little cartoon skulls, and the jawbone from different views, and a couple of little teeth. So I thought that was cute. Then I couldn't really think of what to do, so I sketched a bunch of leaves, and I just wanted to color them in watercolor, but the sketchbook paper isn't the greatest for that because the watercolor tends to bleed a lot on it, whereas with actual proper watercolor paper, the water will sort of stay within its confines. It won't really bleed out. I think it's just because this paper is not quite sealed and made for it. So, I mean, it makes sense that it didn't quite work out, but I really loved those colors, so I think I'm going to play with those again. And here I got to drawing some barn owls. Well, these two are barn owls. That one is, I think, just a great owl. I'm not sure. Then a whole bunch of doodles of heads. I was working with the Pentel brush pen, and I really admire everyone who works with it because they've got such smooth line control, and that's something I don't really have, and I'd really like to practice with it more because it's really fun. It can do great fine points, really varied lines. I think I just need to actually come up with an idea, have an undersketch, and then go, because I tend to just sort of just start with ink and keep going, and that leaves a lot of room for mistakes. It definitely helps you, sorry, my dog's sighing, it definitely helps you be more decisive in your lines, but if you're doing it kind of purposelessly, if that's a word, it can be very challenging. Then another day's prompt was rocks, so I googled a bunch of boulder images. So none of these are mine, for the record. Actually, I think except for... No, I don't think any of these are mine, actually, no. So, I just sketched some boulders. Boring fun. Excuse me, there's one of my hairs there. I wanted to... This was when I was planning to do the barn owl painting. Barn owls really freak me out, or at least they used to, just because they had these deep, deep black eyes that kind of just look like holes into their skulls. Like, you can't read them. They have very defined feathering, and it's not... Well, I mean, I can't say it's not expressive. I just find it really hard reading it, and they just always intimidated me. So, yeah, wanted to keep practicing barn owls. I did some Bombas studies of horses and their hooves. This was a study of a horse I found on Google, just with some Copic markers. It's from geodayphotography.com. I couldn't actually find the image on there, but that was the source link for it every time I tried to image search. So, yeah, so this is not mine. This was from a photo, I believe, and so were all of these hooves. Just saying that right now because I don't want to take credit for anyone else's stuff. Then the next page that I did, these are all mine, I can proudly say that. So these are all of my dogs sleeping. My Goober, my Bean, my Gracie Bean. And then this was just a page I dedicated just to a bunch of girls. Again, I'm not really planning things out. I'm more absent-mindedly doodling, just because I found that the pressure of having to fill so many sketchbook pages actually, like, dampened my will and excitement to draw, because it felt like more of a chore than really trying to expand and learn. I think it's a great challenge. I just found it, because it's practice is the key to everything. Practice is fantastic, and I just found it kind of dampening to be forced into it. Well, not forced, because, you know, I clearly chose to do this, but, you know, anyway. Next up, I did some little squirrels. What is a squirrel? And then on the next page, I did some color swatches of markers. Probably kind of just cheating to fill up a page, let's be real. These are the Copics I have. These are the Touch Twin markers, and these are the regular old Touch Black markers that don't have the brush tip. And then these were some Fabriano, like, extra thick pencil crayons that my boyfriend's mom found in a thrift shop, and she gave them to me, and I thought they were super cute. And then here we have a plan for another painting I'm working on right now that I'll be posting. It's an albino goat fawn woman with, oh, I can't remember the name. Oh, it's an ermine moth. I wrote it down for myself right there because I have a terrible memory. But yeah, I just started out with some ideas doodling. I had this old oval canvas that I painted another albino fawn woman on it, but it was just really boring and I didn't like it, so I decided to paint over it. And yeah, so I'm really excited for this one because it's going well, and I'll be posting the progress video / entire painting process for you guys later. So what else do we have here? Not too many pages past this. Oh, this was when I went to my boyfriend's place. So yeah, Devin's house. His mom has all these, like, wonderful kind of antique-y pieces of furniture. So she has this old brass lamp that looks gorgeous, and this just this glass vase with a couple of wine corks in it. Again, I couldn't really think of what to draw, so I was just drawing things that were around me because I knew I had to fill up the sketchbook, and I'd started prior to this page, just trying to flip through random pages to make it feel more full, even though that's probably going to ruin the chances of me ever finishing this sketchbook. But yeah, this is a little dog. This is the first one I did, first pen drawing I did of Scamp. It turned out horribly. So then I did another one when he flopped over a little bit, and another one of him sitting, and this one I think is the best one. It's the least scrawly scribbly. It's the one that describes his shapes the best, especially his cute little ears. And yeah, and I like plants and leaves. They're calming. Nature's calming. And I think no, this is the second last page. So this page, I drew Zeet, who is my chimera pet in World of Warcraft, and he was kind of one of the first. This is, I think, the original skin for the chimera, the one that I drew, and I just like him. His big fat wings get in the way all the time, and it's really frustrating trying to select things behind him when his wing flaps into the way. But I couldn't think of what to draw, so my boyfriend was like, draw Zeet. Okay, and last page was just tired. Let me just move it over here a little bit. It was just tired doodles with a pen. Yeah, I really wanted a chocolate chip cookie at the time. One of the Chips Ahoy rainbow ones. They're so good. I don't know why. I was really craving sweets, and it was too late to go out and get sweets because everything was closed, and it was my boyfriend's raid night, so he didn't want to leave. And I knew it was raid night coming up. I was annoyed that I couldn't get sweets because I love sweets, and his house has very few sugary items there, which is probably a good thing for me. But yeah, a little peanut here, a little fox, little eyeball. I don't know what these squiggles here are. I might have been trying to think of teeth or falling asleep. I tend to fall asleep a lot when I draw like this. Like, the reason it's all slanted is because I'm lying on my face drawing at a really forced angle, so it turns out horribly. I have a manly unicorn here, some teeth, little girl's head, more girls' heads, more girls' heads, and yeah, that was sketchbook summer for me. So, excuse me, the phone doth ring. Alright, so sketchbook summer. I'm back from the phone ringing. Bunch of scammers. Annoying. Asking for credit card info. Haha, good luck. So yeah, I think if I hadn't been working almost full time and then coming home tired and wanting to sleep and studying training modules and visiting my boyfriend in another city, then I would have been much more likely to finish this challenge or to complete it or to succeed at it. I don't know, call it whatever you want. I think it's a great challenge to push people to draw more often, especially if someone, is interested in art but only draws like from time to time, like maybe a doodle one week or a little drawing the next week. So trying to push someone to draw every day is great, and it's really, I think, the best way to improve. You don't necessarily have to draw something good, but so long as you keep drawing, keep the muscles moving and trained, you're gonna improve even if you draw the same thing over and over again. I mean, you'll only improve at that one thing, but yeah. For me, I just had a bit too busy of a schedule and it didn't work out, but I think I'm gonna try and finish this book before the end of the summer, maybe? I don't know. I have another sketchbook I've been working at, but maybe I'll see if I can finish this within 2 months. So maybe I'll work on it through the entire month of August as well, and hopefully get it done before then. So we'll see. I'll let you guys, I mean, if I do end up doing that, I will definitely post a video for any of you who are interested. And yeah, this is the point where I don't know what I've talked about, and I don't know what else to say. So if you enjoyed this video and didn't find my voice too annoying, especially with all of my ums, then you can like and subscribe and comment below. And if you want to hit that little bell button beside the subscribe button, that'll notify you whenever I post a video. I am sorry for the short break I took in posting videos. I've been working on some oil paintings and they take a lot longer to dry between passes, so it's not something I can do within 2 days and then post a video, which is what I usually do. I was posting a video every other week, and because those were watercolor illustrations, I could work on them and finish them within 2 days, edit and post, but oil paintings take a lot more time. So if you're interested in those, because oils are my favorite medium, keep an eye out for them. I will be posting them eventually. They're about both of the oil paintings, one of a barn owl and one of the white fawn, are about a third of the way in. Both of them equally a third of the way in. And yeah, so keep an eye out for those. Like, subscribe, or comment if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them. If you just want to yell at me for being annoying, you can do that too, but I'll ignore it. And yeah, you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching.